Alright. Show you what's what here. Oh, doggone it. I have a key fob. Or I have no key fob. Got my gauges back. Oh. Now they're showing something. Okay. Looks like I just had a dead battery. I was gonna say, I put these, that makes me mad actually. Took these gauges out, and when I took them out, I took them to the took them and mailed them off in that box over there. I know it's a roundup container, but it was perfect for the gauges. I boxed them up, sent them off. I went to New Jersey, and of course, now you see they're all sitting where they're supposed to be, so you know they're fixed now. The gentleman sent me a video, and if I can pull it off my phone, I'll include it right here.
Hi James, I'm gonna test your cluster, man. You see, we calibrated all needles, and we are going to start the procedure. Now, you see all the needles went to the maximum, and you just follow, it's automatically. You see all 4 gauges in the middle, and now they are going all to minimum, and that ends the test. So we can recycle the ignition so you can see the mileage. Okay, so you see the mileage 174,136. So you see this is your cluster. Everything is working perfect now. Okay, bye-bye.
As you can see, it all worked like it was supposed to. I'm kind of upset that I fought and told and freaked out all night last night that it was my doggone fuse or a link or something like that. And all it was this whole time is both my batteries are dead, which is just about as tragic because the batteries are not cheap. But I got the gauges fixed now, and of course the old Tahoe's still coming in clutch. I'll never say die Tahoe. There's no way I'm getting rid of that truck. I don't care if it never moves another foot. I am not getting rid of that truck. That thing has just been too good of a vehicle. $4,500. I've had it for 13, almost 14 years. I have to correct myself. I changed the fuel injection splitter. My neighbor helped me do that. Actually, he did most of the work. I was filming. I put a K&N air filter in it, which is no big deal. It needs a power steering pump, which I've got in the front seat. I did change the power brake booster right after I first got it, in fact. And right after that, I changed the fuel pump. Put an optimum battery in it. And aside from that, all I've done is kept the oil change, spark plugs. I got E3s in it. They work beautifully. Of course, I had to get rid of my second battery because it just crapped the bed on me. Want to get the yellow top version of that one and put it right there because it's a smaller battery and it'll fit in there real well. And this one's got that, I want to call it a distribution block, but I know that's not right. Battery isolator. So, yeah, as soon as this pig decides it's done charging for a while, of course I may get the old white girl over here and hook her up to the other side just to kind of help things along a little faster. This old girl needs some work too. She is giving me traction control error message, and of course it's not going to be on right now because I just cleared it. When I came home the other day, I cleared the error. Want to know how I did that? Put brake fluid and transmission fluid in it. Neither have anything to do with that message. We see the traction control and ABS. So it is on again. I was told I could probably clean those sensors off. They're probably just packed up with mud from going up and down the slipping slide over here. But I was told I could probably just clean those sensors off, but all the more they cost, I just went ahead and replaced them, or ordered some more to replace them with. Now I just ordered the two front sets first, and next the back set. When this issue becomes a thing, when it kicks on and those lights come on, you see it just went out. But when those lights kick on and you're going down the road, it's like the whole truck just bogs down. Like it's trying to throw you off in the ditch and keep you straight at the same time. It's really, really weird, and it feels like the whole motor binds up. So, yeah, not fun. Anyway, all three of my trucks have, well, I'll put it this way. That blue Escalade, this white one, and the old red one there, or the old red one, the old Tahoe there, 99 Tahoe, have all got Optimas in them. Not a problem in the world, no worries at all about them dying. Because they've all also, well, this one doesn't have. That one and the Tahoe have got solar panels to keep the batteries charged. Kind of like little portable battery tenders. I did not have to jump that truck off. It's been sitting for a month without being touched. I came out, put the key in it, fired it right up. That one I've been driving back and forth to work, but I got to get a new set of brake shoes for the front of it, I think, because it started squalling like crazy today on the way home, and I only drive 10 minutes from work to here. So I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is. I'm almost 100% sure that's what the problem is it needs front brakes. I don't know that it's just front brakes though. I might have to do that one like I did this one. This one I put all 4 brake shoes all the way around. But yeah, fun stuff. Needless to say, I'm going to be keeping the jumper cables in the diesel, even if it does crank back up, which I'm thinking it probably will. I don't know why it died. It had been sitting there like 3 days. I pulled the gauges out and went to crank it, and it clicked and everything went off. And I figured, okay, well, it's all off. It's not pulling any current or anything. I'll just leave it like that while it's on, while the gauges are being repaired, and when I get them back, I can just slap the gauges back in and it'll fire right up. Nope. But thanks to the old Tahoe, she will start again. Why is it always got to be something? I'm thinking once I get these wheel speed sensors done on this one, She'll be right again. Of course, I do still have an issue with the tailgate on this one. Locked the tailgate because I carry around a box of tools back there too, and I don't want just anybody walking by and grabbing my box of tools, so I lock it. Well, it's hard to lock. You have to kind of trick it. Well, a while back it quit letting me trick it, and it's actually locked and cannot be unlocked. So what I'm gonna have to do is empty all my tools out of the back seat, pull the mid gate down, push the seats forward, pull the mid gate down and the back glass out, and then take the tonneau covers out. This is gonna be fun, but it'll work. Gotta take the tonneau covers out, starting with this one after I get the glass and the mid gate down. This one out, this one, and then this one. And then there's 3 screws. Let me see if this magically decided it's gonna start working again. I doubt it because it acted like it was completely disconnected before. Anyway, there's 3 screws that hold this surround on, and then 2 that hold the tailgate. But let's pull up the old gray key and see if this has done any good or not yet. I'm not thinking it has yet, but just in case, let's give her a shot and see. Yeah, I'm doing the hoodie thing because it's blowing cold out here. What in the heck? No. Nope, not ready yet. She's looking pretty pitiful. I'm gonna do something about that. It's been too good of a truck to just let it sit there. She needs the tune-up redone. Needs the power steering pump replaced. Needs the back wheel cylinders replaced. Another Optima battery here. I also have to get another one for my trailer because I stole the one out of my trailer for that truck. Then I'll be able to run my system again. 4,500 watts worth of base sitting in there not doing a dang thing at the moment. That one's going bye-bye. So is that one. And so are the 2 on the other side of the shed over there. Trying to see if I can find it again. Oh yeah, right there it is. There is a stamp, a laser etch actually, on the side of that alternator. It says 260 amp. Now, I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I'm sure I have because it's kind of an important thing. That is a police package option. Normally, they've got an 85 amp alternator on them or a 60 amp alternator, something like that. They usually don't come with the distribution block or the isolator that'll charge 2 batteries. This one came with the second battery tray. I didn't put that in there. It's got a beefier front brakes and a beefier sway bar, anti-sway bar, whatever, on the front. Does not have the one for the back. Also does not have the 135 mile an hour speedometer. Those are the only police package options that this truck does not have. And of course I got the gear wheels that haven't seen a good bath, that haven't shined in several years now. Haven't had a good bath. They've just been covered up with mud. And I tried to do the hood because of this right here. This is the exact reason I was blasting the hood off. The whole dang thing's doing this. And any of you that's ever done anything with auto exterior paint, whatever, paint and body work, can explain why this is doing this. Now, please understand, I did not do this. And this paint was already on this truck, well, 12 years ago when I got it. Oh dang, now the sealer's peeling up. Anyway, what I'm planning on doing is eventually getting all that paint knocked off of there, take it clear back down to the bare metal, seal it, put some metal etching primer on it, then some high build primer, and make sure everything's nice and smooth. You see, right along in here, and this is what caused a lot of this. Right along in here, there were some bubbles in the paint, or runs. Yeah, right here's where one of them was. And it actually, the water actually got down in beneath it, and it just started rusting everywhere. Once that started, and once it got under that sealer, this is what happened. This I actually knocked off. This is what this looked like before I started knocking all this off. It was flaking off like this constantly. So I figured, screw it, I'll just take her down bare metal, put some metal etching primer on there to keep it from rotting away, and seal it back up and start going to work. That is going to take quite a bit, because I've got to take that stupid luggage rack off, which doesn't want to come off. I've already broken 2 bits trying to take it off. I'm probably going to wind up drilling that luggage rack off the top of it and not putting it back on. It depends on how those cleats that hold the rack on are actually mounted to the roof. If they're just put in a hole with a little nut on the bottom or whatever, then what I'll do is just take that rack off and fill in the holes and just paint the thing solid black all the way back. Take those little rubber cleats off the center of the truck there too. The 3 rubber strips that run straight back, take those off. Take my rehab sticker that's just dried up and gone away off of there, and my YouTube stickers off the back glass. Windshield's still good on this thing. Looks like something flew right into it right here though. Holy cow. Sure does look like a bird lost its way and just plow. Poor sucker. Yeah, you can see my battery tender right there. Little $13 solar panel. You see it blinking, that shows you it's working. Of course, it's not hooked up right now. This is the cable for that right here. But it's kept it charged up. So kind of tempted to get my other truck, that one, drive it over here and put it on the other battery to see if it'll let me jump it off that way. Now, I'm not sure if these batteries will even come back, because they sat like this for a week with no charge. And in fact, that negative battery cable right there was loose. Not real loose, just loose enough that you could turn it by hand, and it shouldn't be. It should be held on tight, like almost embedded into each other. Well, it's nice to know all it needs is a jump now. I mean, that's a whole lot more settling than thinking that something was just really screwed up here. Next thing's going to be replacing this. Looks like that's a Dorman no, Phillips. Phillips, and I can't see what the second part of that it actually says. Tomorrow, TEM Timro Industries. 39. Oh, there's what I needed. 397342. That's been replaced before. That's not the original Dodge part. And actually, what I was told in the forums was you can take that sucker completely out of there and just set this right down on the plenum, because it's not needed unless it's like 20 degrees below zero. Yuck. I need to get this yard fixed soon. It's trying. Good deal. Okay. I think I'm gonna let this thing rest. I'll put the old battery charger on this side. Shoot. I'm actually gonna need to go buy one. So all I got is that one, and it's trashed. And it would take all doggone night to charge. Of course, I don't have anywhere to go tomorrow morning, so anyway, let me do a little modification here. Let me see if I can make it work. And all else fails, tag team it. I'm gonna treat this sucker like it's wrestling. Pull my key off my key ring. This should do it. Are you kidding me? Now I don't have to keep opening the door. And I can't access the throttle on this one. Oh, it wasn't even charging. Put that cable, reseated the cable on there, and it bogged it down a little bit. This thing needs to hurry up. I've got a anxious German Shepherd that needs to get out to use the bathroom. Can't be sitting here fooling around with this stupid thing all night. Looked like that kind of done the trick. Now we're back to that. Screw it. I'm just gonna let the dog out. If he runs and barks at every one of these things, then so be it. This is ridiculous. Now I guess this one's gonna have to sit here with a solar charger on it all the time too. At least till I can get another set of decent batteries for it. $750? Really? That needs to be over 1,000. That needs to be closer to that. And it needs to have almost double the reserve capacity because it don't crank with anything lower than 230 amps. I don't think. Part number 65-1. Somehow I've got this weird feeling that's not the part number for that battery. Let's call it a hunch. Now this one, lights are getting brighter on it already. And I'll run this one back up to, let's run up to about $2,000. I was actually looking for the date on those batteries because if they're new enough, I can just take them back and swap them out. I don't think they are. I don't believe that car lot that had that truck up in Glasgow, Kentucky actually put new batteries in it. I think those are the ones that they repoed it with, or whoever repoed it with. Look up there. Marvelous. All the gauges are working right, but the check engine light's on. I wonder why. I would almost bet money that the check engine light is on because of the grid heater. I would bet good money on that. By the way, there's the this is a yellow top Optima by EL 3478. Almost every GM vehicle calls for this battery. This one does, that one does. I just put the red top in that one because at the time I wasn't into forking out almost $300 for a battery. That one calls for it. This one may call for it. I don't know what it calls for exactly. But either way. Oh, jeez. Now, back this puppy up in my muddy yard. I think this one will almost run right now. Of course, when I get my wheel speed sensors in here, that'll be a blessing too. Yeah, That old red piece of crap needs to go. I can't dog it out too much. We got our money's worth out of it. Paid $2,100 for that car. She drove it a little over a year and a half before the headlights went out. And it will still run. Just the headlights won't work on it anymore for some stupid reason. Okay. And we're hooking back up my little battery tender. We'll be tightening those cables up. Idling kind of high. See, that tread's just not good enough to get it in here. Running with no key in it. Oh, imagine that. I did a little surgery. You gotta have the key to start it. You don't have to have the key to keep it running. You know what? There's not a dang thing in any of those that probably anybody would want. You know what else? I don't care if they want it or not. It's mine and it's going to stay in my vehicle. Thought he replaced all the doggone bulbs. Half my dang gauges are blacked out. This is kind of important. P2509 ECM PCM power interrupt signal intermittent. There's 3 codes here. That's one of them. Oh, here's the other one. U1421. Manufacturer specific DTC. See service manual. And the 2609, the one I predicted. The air intake air heater system performance. P2609. Well, we're gonna erase them all. Yes. I know the engine's running. Shut up and do what I told you. Now read the codes again. Yeah, this one's not like the other ones. It'll keep the codes until you shut it off and restart it. Three codes. Are you sure you want to erase Diagnostics results and codes. Yes. Engine is running. The key is on. Turn key on. Engine off. Press enter to continue. I watch this stupid thing not fire back up when I do it. Of course, the gauge is at a little over 14 amps, so turn that off. I'm kind of upset about that, though. How the heck am I supposed to know how fast I'm going? I didn't even replace that half of the gauges, bulbs. I'll bet you money you ain't gonna send them to me in the mail, so I can do it. Bastard. That's all it needed. She's good. Now, those error messages that it gave, the only one that's going to come back, and yes, the parking brake is on. That's a legitimate light. The only reason that, or the only one that will come back is that one for the grid heater for the intake, because it's failing and it needs to be replaced. I don't know how you make a piece of metal that heats up fail, but it does. Anyway, now I gotta reset my... Oh, and when you're in this truck, there's no sense even fooling with these, because like right now, yeah, that's not even lukewarm. Put it on directly out here. Yeah, that's barely just taking the edge off of the coal. So there's no sense in using this for a good 30-45 minutes after you start the vehicle. Just in case you were thinking about getting a diesel. That's something I had to learn the hard way too. Anyway, so we got her going now. And I'm gonna have to go buy some more LED bulbs for the stinking gauge, since that idiot didn't replace them all. Dang, I can't believe that. Charged me $50 extra for that and still didn't do it. I'm beyond mad. Anyway, I'm gonna take a picture before it gets too much darker and send it to him. Tell him, hey idiot, this is with the lights on. What happened to the rest of the bulbs? I had more lights on the dash than that when I sent it to him. And granted, only a half of these were working, and the top half of this was dimmed out, but everything else worked. Now all of this is working, but none of that's working. It's like, what the heck? You took all the good bulbs and put them in one side. Now I can't see my speedometer, which is more important than the tach. Hello, stupid. Anyway, that's all I got for now. She's going again. I'm happy, so I may wind up having to get some new batteries for it. It depends on if I come out. Tomorrow's Saturday, so if I come out first thing in the morning and I can start it right up, more than likely she's going to be okay. At least the gauges will work now. I can tell how much fuel I've got. That's legitimate too, because I filled it up before I parked it. And tell how much charge I got on my batteries. Can tell how many RPMs, which that wasn't working before, so he did me good on that. Speedometer's back down where it's supposed to be, and I'm pretty sure it works okay. Oil pressure's at holding strong at 40, and the temperature is just barely on the very low side of 140, which, like I said, this thing takes forever to warm up. If you ever want to go somewhere in a diesel truck, you might better start it up about an hour before you have to go anywhere, especially in winter if you want it to be warm, because otherwise you're freezing. I'm just glad I love the cold. It don't bother me if I crank this thing up and drive it straight to where I work right now or not. I'll come out of there, or I'll walk in there comfortable. Now what I won't do is roll my windows down and drive to work with it freezing cold, because I got limits. I mean, I can handle the cold, I like the cold, but I ain't out to get pneumonia. I can handle a little cold, short sleeve weather, that sort of thing. Like right now, I think it's something like 25 degrees or something along that lines. 30 degrees. Well, but I mean, I could be out there, if it wasn't for rolling around in all this mud and stuff, I could be out there right now in all of that and not have a problem with just a short sleeve shirt and work pants, like khakis. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Thank you guys for watching, and you have a great afternoon. We'll see you on the next one.